students, how are you all? I'm very happy to see you through this video. This video is the continuation of the previous video, Multimedia and Desktop Publishing Part 1. So, from this video, we are going to cover these topics from Multimedia and Desktop Publishing. And today's topics is from Multimedia Desktop Publishing are file formats for multimedia, steps in multimedia, multimedia production team, applications of multimedia, libraries, information centers and archives. And already I explained you what are the components we can include in multimedia. And as I explained you before, the multimedia has 5 major components: text, images, video, animation, sounds. Today we are going to see the components one by one and what are the formats are there under the components. Let us start with the text component. Text component has 2 formats under it. The first one is rich text format, RTF, and it is the primary text file format in computer industry. It was developed by Microsoft company in the year 1987 and it can be viewed in all the operating systems. It may be Windows, Linux or Unix or Mac OS. Here Mac OS is specially designed for Apple computers. Next one is plain text. So what is plain text? Plain text can be read, view, open and update with the help of text editors. Normally we can edit the plain text in Windows operating system with the help of Notepad, in Unix and Linux operating system with the help of Gedit or Nano. In Mac OS, for Apple computers, we can edit the plain text with the help of text edit. So next one is image file formats. Image file formats. Image file formats has many file formats. The first one is TIFF, stands for tagged image file format, and this format is common in desktop publishing and it is the most popular compressed image file formats in computer industry, and this format is comfortable for moving large text between the computers. So next one is bitmap image file formats, BMP, bitmap image file formats. Initially this format is used with Windows 3.1 operating system. Windows 3.1 operating system is the first operating system designed by Windows company, and it is quite large and the uncompressed file format. Hence the BMP is used for high resolution or large images. Next one is DIB, stands for device independent bitmap. It is also similar to bitmap image and it is displayed on variety of devices. It can be displayed by variety of devices. So next one is GIF, graphics interchange format. GIF is a compressed image file format and most of the computer color images and backgrounds are GIF only. And this file format is best suitable for graphical work. If you see graphics interchange format, graphic interchange format image, and some appearance changes in that format. You could see some appearance changes in that image format. So next one is we can determine the color values in GIF format. We can determine the color values with the help of 8-bit color lookup table. But in your book they have given a wrong statement, 13-bit. Please change it as in 8-bit. We can determine the color values of GIF images with the help of 8-bit color lookup table. So next one is JPEG, stands for Joint Photography Exports Group. This image is specially designed to attain image compression, attain to maximum image compression. It uses lossy technique. It uses lossy compression technique. Here, what is meant by compression? Compression is the method or technique which is used to reduce the file size. Which is used to reduce the file size to reconstruction of the image. To reconstruction of the image. Next one is TGA. That means TAGRA image file format, and it is also one of the most popular high resolution images, and it is supported by most of the video capturing devices. So next one is PNG, portable network graphics, and this is specially designed for viewing the images through online, and it acts as a alternate of GIF images, and it alternates the common uses of TIFF also, which means tagged image file format. So next one is digital audio file formats. The first digital audio file format is WAV, Wave Audio File Format, and it is the most audio file format in Windows for storing uncompressed sound and audio. And if you want to reduce the file size of WAV, it has to be converted to MP3. So next one is MP3, MPEG Layer 3 format. Commonly, we are downloading the music in the format of MP3 from online. So what are all the audio formats nowadays they are using? Those audio formats are come under MP3 only. Next one is OGG, and this is open source container format, and nowadays no one is using this file format. So next one is AIFF, Audio Interchange File Format, and this was developed by Apple for Apple computers. Next one is WMA, Windows Media Audio, and it is a popular Windows media audio format owned by Microsoft and designed with digital right management DRM abilities. The last one is RA, Real Audio Format, and this format is specially designed to hear the music or sounds through online, and basically we will hear the music in the format of MP3 only, but here RA, Real Audio Format, especially designed to hear the music through online. Next one is digital video file formats. One is AVI, Audio Video Interleave. Next one is MPEG, Moving Picture Exports Group. The first one is Audio Video Interleave. AVI is the video file formats for Windows. This is specially designed for Windows, and in AVI format the video and audio has to be combined together in a chunk format. So next one is MPEG, Moving Pictures Exports Group. It is a standard for generating digital video and audio compression under international standard organizations, which means ISO. MPEG is the ISO standard file format, and it has different varieties. MPEG 1 is for playing video through CD and MP3. MPEG 2 a standard that supports products as digital television set-top boxes. Nowadays we are watching the movie through set-top boxes or else whatever it is through television, and that video comes under MPEG 2 quality. So next one is multimedia production. To produce a multimedia, we need adequate time. To produce a multimedia content. To create a cinema or else to produce a cinema is not an easy task. To produce a cinema or else to produce a multimedia content, we need lot of things and adequate time also. And now we are going to see steps in multimedia production. What are the steps are there while creating a multimedia content? First one is conceptual analysis, second one is project design, third one is pre-production, fourth one is budgeting, fifth one is multimedia production team, sixth one is hardware and software selection, seventh one is defining the content, eighth one is preparing the structure, ninth one is production, 10th one is testing, 11th one is documentation, 12th one is delivering the multimedia product. So first one is conceptual analysis and planning. The process of multimedia phase 1. The process of multimedia making begins with the conceptual analysis. In this phase, we have to select the appropriate team and we have to give the budget. How much we are going to, how much of amount we are going to use for this multimedia content, and the additional criteria like copyright issues also are to be considered in this phase. So next one is project design. After finalizing the theme, we have to derive objectives, goals and activities drawn for the multimedia project. The general statements are termed as goals. The specific statement in the project is known as objectives. Activities are nothing but it is a series of actions going to be performed to implement the objectives. So from this second phase, we have to define what is the message we are going to give for the society. That is what contains in this phase. So third one is pre-production, and the remaining 9 phases are belongs to pre-production only. So the next one is budgeting, and we have to allocate budget depends upon the phases. For multimedia production team, hardware and software selection, defining the content, testing, documentation, delivering and multimedia product. For these phases, we have to allocate budget. So next one is multimedia production team. Individual man cannot create a multimedia content. To create the multimedia content, so many people are needed, and we will see later how many members we need and names of the members to create the multimedia production. So next one is hardware and software selection. All multimedia application requires appropriate tools, hardware and software to create the multimedia content. Here in the term hardware, we need fastest CPU, RAM and storage devices to store records what we have captured through video devices or audio devices. We need some storage devices to record the records. So next one is defining content. Content, it is nothing but it's a stuff. Stuff means something inside it, provided by the content specialist to the multimedia architect. And based on the stuffed content provided by the content specialist, multimedia architect who prepares the narration bullets, charts and tables etc. for the content. So next one is preparing the structure. A detailed structure must have information about all the steps along with the timeline of future action. So what we are going to do in future, and that should be defined with the timeline itself. The structure defines the activities, and this structure defines the activities of a responsible person. What is going to perform a particular person, or who is going to what action or what work, that should be defined within the eighth phase, preparing the structure. So next one is production. So in this phase, lot of works are going to work here, and here text is going to be incorporated with OCR software, picture shot by digital camera, video clips are shot, edited and compressed, and here in this production area a pilot project is ready by this time. So next one is testing. So what we have developed in the ninth phase as a pilot project, we have to test the pilot project here because to avoid the mistakes. And without testing the production, without testing the pilot project, if we release the multimedia content, if there is any error occurred, we can't rectify it. So that only we have to test the pilot project here itself. If it is a web-based product, we have to test the content with the help of any browsers. It may be Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, whatever it is. With the help of that web browsers, we have to check the multimedia content. So next one is documentation. It is a mandatory one in these 12 steps. So the documentation section has all the valuable information from the system requirement to till the completion of testing. And the documentation section has email addresses, phone numbers, contact details for the technical support and sending suggestions and comments. If there is any problem from the user side or else user identifies any problem to work with multimedia content, they will contact us what we have give with the documentation section. So next one is delivering the multimedia product, and this is the last phase of steps in multimedia production. And after defining the content or else after the pilot project is ready and we have to deliver the multimedia through a CD or DVD. So if it is a web-based content, we can deliver this multimedia content through YouTube channel or else whatever it is. If you have any special websites, you can launch your product in your website also. So next one is multimedia production team. So in multimedia production team, what are the members are there and what are the works of the members? And the members of multimedia production team is production manager, content specialist, script writer, text writer, multimedia architect, computer graphic artist, video and audio specialist, computer programmer, webmaster. So next one is production manager. One who is a production manager, he or she must have a good communication skill and good managerial skills and good budget management skills, and also must have experience in human resource management also. And the production manager who one knows how to extract the works from the people. That is what the main work of production manager. And he also must allocate the budget also for each and every phase. And next one is content specialist. So content specialist is responsible for performing all research activities concerned with the proposed applications content. So what is the theme I have to? For that theme, the content specialist have to give the content, and all the research activities oriented by this content, he is the responsible. The content specialist is responsible for the multimedia content. So next one is script writer. We know very well what is the work of script writer. He has to write the script for my content, and it should be grammatical and it should be in a neat form and it should be a correct form. So next one is text editor. The work of text editor is editing the text. So next one is multimedia architect. So already I told you what is the work of multimedia architect. So the multimedia architect work is to develop the narration, bullets, charts, depends upon the multimedia content. It may be audio, video, text, whatever it is, he has to combine all those things into a single platform. It may be a software. So next one is computer graphic architect, and the computer graphic architect work is to create a logo, 3D animation, picture editing, creating a background music. These are all the works of computer graphic architect. Audio and video specialist. The roles of these specialists are needed for dealing with the narration and digital videos to be added in a multimedia presentation. The works of video and audio specialist is to combine the video and audio into a single platform. That is what the work, and later he or she has to edit the unwanted portions of audio on the video. So next one is computer programmer. The work of computer programmer is to work of computer programmer is to create a program in a specified language, in a special language, or else in a specified language. The language may be C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, whatever it is. So next one is webmaster. The responsibility of the webmaster is to create a web page and designing the web page and hosting the web page, and whatever the contents has to be added in that website. He is the sole responsible. He is the sole responsible for what defining the web page. And next one is applications of multimedia. Here applications of multimedia is nothing, where in one of the places they are using multimedia. Before that, we have to see another one topic called multimedia on internet. So one ESA study says per day 55 million of consumers they are using internet and radio services, internet, radio and video services each month. Per month 55 millions of consumers they are using internet, radio services and video services. So next one is applications of multimedia. What are the places they are using multimedia? First one is education. So multimedia plays a vital role in the Department of Education. Nowadays medical students are learning without dissecting the human body with the help of dissection lab, and they are inserting inside a camera, they are inserting a tiny camera inside the human body, and they are learning human parts, inner parts of human body with the help of that technology. So next one is entertainment. So nowadays we are watching cinemas, movies, and in that place also they are using multimedia content like radio, television, they are using multimedia. So next one is business systems. To giving trainings and to giving advertisements about their products, they are using multimedia. To famous their product, they are using multimedia. To advertise their product, they are using multimedia. Nowadays we are we are watching movies in cinemas, and between the gaps of PR cinemas, they used to display their product advertisement to make famous of their product. So next one is medical services. Medical services are also the same what we have seen education, that is happens here also. And next one is public places, and multimedia is available in all public places, wherever you go. Maybe a shopping mall, maybe what hotels, banks, airports, and in that places you can see the multimedia. And the main purpose of multimedia in public places are to guiding the people. So in that public places, a machine would be there. The name of the machine would be kiosk machine. And if you visited an airport, in that airport a machine will be there. The machine name is kiosk machine with touch screen facility. So in that touch screen facility, if you want to know how to enter into the airport or else something else, you can get the help from the kiosk machine. So next one is multimedia conferencing. Multimedia conferencing also includes the applications of multimedia. Here what is mean by multimedia conferencing? Here is multimedia conferencing. It is a video conferencing. It's a system. In that video conference system, we can see face to face, and we can contact with the people with face to face contact, and we can see one each other. But here the place is not a what? The place is not a matter. How long or else how far it is, how long it is, that is not a matter. We can see the face to face. We can see face to face each other in multimedia conferencing. So next one is libraries, information center, and archives. So here, what is library? So library, if it is a book-based library, textbook-based library, it contains lot of books. So the main objective of creating library is to collect, organize, and preserve the books or else some elements. That is what library is. So multimedia technology is adopted by libraries also, and nowadays if you go to the library, in that library a system is there. So through the system, whatever you want you can get it. So next one is multimedia kiosk. So what I have defined already, what I have explained already, multimedia kiosk. So what is multimedia kiosk? Kiosk is a touch screen machine. It guides the people how to be in that particular places. So if you go to library, and the entrance of the system, the entrance of the library has the multimedia kiosk machine, and if you go to the airport, in that airport lot of multimedia kiosk machines will be there. Through the multimedia kiosk machines you can get your boarding tickets, and the best examples of multimedia kiosk is ATM, automated teller machine. So next one is webcasting and video conferencing. So what is webcasting? The live telecast of real programs through internet is known as webcasting. So if you give a lecture as a live stream through internet, that is what called as webcasting. So video conferencing, already I have told you, and it is a process of conducting conference between more than two participants at the same time. So with the help of video conferencing, we can contact with more than one person or more than two person, and we can see the faces of each other. So next one is user orientation programs. So to give the special trainings to the user or librarians or some other persons, they are using multimedia to give the orientation programs. Next one is in-house production of multimedia resources and e-publishing. Nowadays the schools and colleges are giving CD and DVD with writer facility, or sometimes along with the CD DVD they are providing some programs also. Just for example, what her or his son have to do in summer occasions, summer holidays, that has to be given with the help of CD and DVD. So next one is digital multimedia libraries. Digital multimedia library is nothing but instead of traditional library, here traditional library it is nothing, giving the textbook is what known as digital multimedia libraries, traditional multimedia library. So instead of giving that traditional multimedia libraries, we have to give digital multimedia libraries to the people or to the users. That is what digital multimedia libraries. So in digital multimedia libraries, all the textbook has to be digitized, and it should be stored in a hard disk or else stored in a server, and that has to be seen by the user later. So with this, the lesson 1, chapter 1 is over. So students, I hope you will understand these concepts. So for the self test, prepare well and do the test well. All the best for you all. So without guiding the teachers, you are learning from your home itself. So it is a very difficult job. Without being a teacher, the learning process is happening. So read well, perform well, write well your test. And with this, the chapter 1 is over. And we will discuss the lessons, next lessons in the next video classes. And I hope you all understand this concept. So thank you all. Thank you so much.